Yo, what's going on, guys? JBH here, and welcome back to 2K18, where today we're going up against the Hawks in what'll be an interesting matchup down at the Amway Center. Midweek, lost to the Cavs. Basically, LeBron James just played straight through us in the end. We got close at times, but we actually had the lead for a little bit there, but unfortunately lost in the end. Now, today we're going to be looking to go back to a 50% win ratio. You can see there the Hawks are pretty average this season on my MyGM sort of mode, but all in all, they're still a pretty difficult team every time you go down to the Phillips Arena or Phillips Center. I've been there once before, I can't remember what it's called, but pretty neat little arena nonetheless. Alright, without any further ado, we'll jump straight into this one, see if we can get back to 50%.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Tonight's game held at Amway Center. It's the Orlando Magic going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, they seem to be tapping into their full potential more and more as the season moves along. I think lately, we're seeing a more accurate picture of who this team really is than we saw in the early part of the season. And you look at the Hawks.
Is that a hawk?
Wow, that's not a healthy hawk.
Okay.
Coach Mike Budenholzer has created an identity and a style of play for this team. Some big roster changes, but they keep trucking right along.
But, you know, he's got the championship pedigree. You know, his time with the Spurs, remember those years when he was, you know, a Spur assistant? So now he's got his own opportunities, and players respect that.
Well, you know, they also respect his knowledge of the game, and, you know, he inspires them, and he promotes great team chemistry.
You want to give me that hawk again?
It sounds like an eagle.
Eagle, hawk, same thing. They
Or a
got
seagull.
wings and they fly.
Yeah, more like a seagull than an eagle. Yeah.
No,
like
not
on the
really
beach.
like a seagull. Just not like a...
If I go outside right now, 50 hawks
Fuck,
come.
these three crack me
No,
up.
I-
I've been like laughing in the
great,
background
man.
here. I mean, I know it's like the driest shit you ever hear, but
I didn't say that all year.
the fact that it's coming from a video game is just awesome. Anyway, down to business.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We're coming at you from the beautiful Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida, home of the Magic. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And, of course, Terrence Ross. Team moving on here without him.
And Kevin, he was an important player for him. I think more than people give him credit for that. And that's not to say the trade was a mistake, but this is a guy they'll miss.
And as we've got a few moments here before the tip, let's go to David Aldridge, who was able to speak with Mike Budenholzer. Dave, what'd you find out?
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an
Yes,
outstanding
man,
effort from its
Schroeder.
players at the
He's
defensive
a German.
end to come out on top. Let's see if that's
I think
the
he's
effort
American,
they
or
get.
well, I don't
Guys?
even know.
All right, thank you, David. Well,
American
Clark, tonight a
German.
rarity. Both these teams love to run their offense through the block, through the big men. Why is that a dying
Wayne.
trend in the NBA?
Deadman,
Well, I
that's the
think the
next
three-point
magician
shot
right there,
has
starting at the
dictated
center.
that more teams are going to utilize that. Then analytics have come into play. The three-point shot is more valuable than the easy two in many cases. So teams are
Man, this
really
has been
tilting their offenses
one of the players of our
towards
franchise
spacing the
this
floor,
year,
shooting
Aaron
the
Gordon.
three-point shot
Aaron Gordon and
more than
Vooch.
pounding the ball inside.
Need
And
them to step
the
up
pace of
every
the
week
game
now to get this team to
lends
the playoffs.
itself to more three-point shooting and perimeter
Mistime that.
shooting than posting up.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Schroeder and Bellinelli team up in the backcourt. Prince out there with Collins, and it's Dedmon in at the 5 down low. It's
Nice.
deflected, and they're able to recover.
Blocked twice.
For the 3. And once again off the mark by
Good
Atlanta.
D. I'm liking
And
that.
it's the Magic's ball. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well.
To the
game
rim.
just got out of hand and really just a
shit.
shaky performance
Blocked.
across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to
Both
agree with
D's
you.
on point
and you
right
know
now.
How optimistic and positive I am.
That's
So
two-
it's
that's
hard
3
for me to
blocks within
find
the
anything
first, like,
positive
30
to take away
seconds.
from that. It's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
On defense, the Hawks want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Really an intimidating style of defense. I mean, they challenged everything at the rim, and that led them to victory.
Greg, they expended maximum energy, but it was well worth it.
Ah,
I
that was a
mean, they
fail.
earned that win with their defense.
For Atlanta, they've
Come
gone
on.
0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Here's Bellinelli. He's guarded by Fournier. Bellinelli gets the
No
bucket.
way.
Boy, the 5th time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Fournier.
Come on, get in there.
And there's
Oh,
the
come on,
rebound
Boone. She
by
could have got
Dedmon.
that.
And that's solid defense, rock solid, contesting without fouling.
Man, we are struggling
well
right now.
Here's Prince. They get it again. And there's a
what?
whistle. He was going up for
How
a
the
layup,
fuck
and
did he
while
get
it
that
looked
rebound? He,
there
like,
was some
walked through all of our
contact, I wasn't
players.
Sure they were going to call it a foul shot.
What
or
is
not,
this?
but Sure enough, they have. So he'll have the free throw
It
line.
literally just
Atlanta shooting their first
Bruh,
free throw of
come
the night.
on.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for.
2K
around
being as
80%
realistic as
on
ever.
the season.
I
And
must
guys,
admit,
that's
this
a
game
pretty
is
good
the most
improvement over last
immersive
season.
sports game
What's
in the
up?
whole of any, well, in the whole, like, sports gaming community, or out of all the sports games that you can possibly buy. However, the physics are still,
And
like,
the Hawks in the last
so
couple seasons
scripted and
with some roster turnover,
weird.
established veterans departing.
I mean, it's
and
good. It's
now
by
with
far the best
Millsap
out there,
leaving,
but, like,
they have
seriously.
embraced a complete rebuild.
Gordon a screen. Augustine from outside. And no
come
good.
on.
So Atlanta will take it the other way.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Question is, why have they had 7 shots and we've only had 4? Like, come on, we've got to get this rebound. Way too many offensive rebounds already. That's like 3
We're
or 4
just about
in the
2
first
minutes
2
into the
minutes.
first quarter.
Said Vooch
Gets
needs
to
to step
Bellinelli.
up. He hasn't
Collins,
stepped
a
up
screen on
right
Fournier.
now. Nice, get that. Oh, fuck off.
6 on the shot clock. Nobody near Schroeder. Buries the long-range jumper.
No, you cannot
Schroeder's got
leave
his
that
first
guy
bucket of the game, and he's on
wide
the board
open
for
from
3.
range.
Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Isaac. Now the dish to Vucevic. He feeds it to Augustine. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And, the speedy Augustine
didn't see any
is really
foul
an
there,
excellent
but we'll
teammate
take
and
it.
a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Oh, he can stroke it.
Both free throws good from Augustine.
Very nice.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Schroeder dishes to Prince.
So had that steal. You know you want to
Passes
give me that
to
steal.
Bellinelli. There's the pick.
9. Ah, you
And
shit.
he makes
Oh,
good on the
what?
Bellinelli's got his second bucket of the night.
That's
and
so
you can
bullshit.
sense they're starting to take charge here.
They seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely
Oh
the
my
momentum
God,
is
kill
with
me
them.
now.
Here's Schroeder. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned
Down by
this
10
first
points
quarter.
in the first
And I tell
3
you what, Greg,
minutes
they've
to a
worked hard
team
for
that's
this
like
lead. Their play
16
calling
and
has
30.
been
Like, what the
superb,
fuck?
and the execution even better.
Sort
The
your
Magic
shit out,
making a
Orlando.
switch here. Payton's checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Bellinelli. And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany handed the keys as the full-time starter at the point guard in his 4th season.
And with his confidence and competitive spirit, You know, he was chomping at the bit
Wow,
for that
what the
opportunity.
hell?
You got to love his athleticism coupled with that big play capability. It's just exciting to see how good this young man can become.
Really weird.
Silva, he's checked in for Collins. Now here's Fournier, guarded close.
What am I doing shooting with Peyton?
Oh, good.
Why do I always do that?
And you
Why
could
do
tell
I
he
always
thought
do that?
that triple was going to fall.
And here's Bazemore. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Shots good by Dedmon.
See, he basically
Dedman's
just
got
shot
5
straight
points
through
so
me. Like,
far.
Defensively,
What is
they've
going
got to
on with
pick
this
up the
team right now?
intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field
oh
goal
my
percentage.
god.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's
We're
still
gonna lose
early,
by like 40
but I agree
points
with
at
you.
this rate.
Got a hand on it.
Thank you. Just take the
There's
foul.
a minute
seriously.
47 left to play in the first. And it goes
Oh my
down
God,
2
thank God for
points.
that.
Vucevic has got his first basket of the night.
Gotta respect the fearlessness. Vucevic wrecking the defense with his drives to the rim. He is
Wow,
a
that ball just
massive
went through
dude.
me.
Schroeder
No,
against
Schroeder.
Peyton. And it's Schroeder missing.
Schroeder.
That's what we're talking
Sorry, I thought
about
it was
in
Schroeder.
terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling. And that's
Yes,
how you do
Isaac.
it. Well done.
And if
That's
that
my rookie.
doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And the Hawks with possession here. The Magic getting the bucket. Prince outside. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Aggressive
No.
coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on
Oh my god. How did he
squeezing
block
it hard.
that? No, I swear this. I must have actually
Schroeder
changed
against
it,
Peyton.
because This is crazy.
They set the pick. Bazemore for 3. That shot missing.
Get that fucking
They've
rebound.
been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it
No,
up
I didn't want
on
to do
the
that.
glass.
Oh my god, thank
And
god.
the basket by Gordon.
Boy, I like seeing Gordon work
Meant to
on that
do a
jump
pump
shot of
fake,
his.
but
He's going to need to
it's
knock
all
it
good.
down
It's all
consistently
good.
at his position to be one of the best in the league.
Peyton against Schroeder. It doesn't go for him.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And so it's Atlanta in the driver's seat.
tried
Up
to-
8 points at the end
tried
of
to
the
get it
quarter.
to Gordon,
and
but
they've done a phenomenal
some
job down
stupid
low.
reason
So
2K
many of
passed
their
it to
points
Peyton,
coming
and all
right
the people I
at
did
the
not want to
rim.
take that shot.
We've got more NBA basketball.
All right,
coming
it's all
away in
good.
Just a minute.
Moving on. Only down by what, like 8?
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
I freaking
Through
love
that
that
first
mascot.
period,
It's so
for me,
funny.
their work on the glass has been the difference.
He's so
Pounding
retarded.
away on the boards. I mean, controlling the backboards. It's been a
What
huge
even is that?
difference so
It's
far.
like a dinosaur? Alright, come on, Peyton.
The Magic trail by 8. And so in the game for the Hawks, we've got Ilyasova. Luke Babbitt is out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Taylor in at the 5. The shot by
on,
Space.
Spacey.
Nobody around. Offline with his 3.
Well, it's surprising that he clunked that one. I mean, especially since the
I
defense
mistimed that.
was nowhere to be found.
Bazemore with it. Outguarded by Simmons.
No,
Ilyasova gets the
way,
bucket.
come on.
In addition to
Gordon, you
Ilyasova's
so could have
ability
blocked
to light
that.
it up
I've
from the
timed that
perimeter,
perfectly.
he also feels pretty
Like, I'm
comfortable
timing
in the
these
paint.
blocks and rebounds right, but
To the inside. Here's Biombo. And the
Yes.
whistle blows, so a chance here
Yes,
for a
Biombo.
three-point play.
man, this guy is
With
getting
the
better
All-Star
and better
game
each
approaching
week.
ever so closer, I have to ask you, Clark, how much is the
Just having
All-Star
more
game
of an
talked about
impact each
among the
week.
players?
I don't think it's talked about a ton. I mean, I played on teams that didn't have many All-Stars in the early 80s. Guys that were good players, but not an All-Star consideration. I imagine for teams that have multiple All-Stars,
Right.
it might come up, but there's so much work to be doing prior to that that
wow.
I think that takes most
Give him
of
all
the
that praise, and he
conversation.
goes and does
And the
that.
Magic
Like, it's not,
making a
that's not
change
even
here.
close.
Augustine's checked in.
Boy, the
Yeah,
upside of
he
Biombo
shot
is
that
impressive. An
through,
undersized
like,
center
4
who makes
players.
up for
What
it
the
with
fuck?
really great heart, especially on defense.
Now here is Augustine. Got a piece of it.
Oh my God, where's the foul? Are you shitting me, 2K? Like, what the fuck's
Quarter
going on in
number
this
2
game?
with just over a minute gone. Here's Bellinelli, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Magic trail by 12. There's a screen. Spates sets a screen for Augustine. The kick out to Spates. Back to Augustine.
Oh my God, come on.
Now here's Spates. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Just 2 to shoot. No good from outside.
Wow, it's not even
Just
close.
a solid performance on the interior.
Like,
The rebounding
Spates can shoot
has been
those,
off
even
the
though he's a
charts.
big man. He
Yeah,
can,
you look
come on,
across the
guys.
board, it's actually sizing up,
get
shaping
the
up to be a
fucking
great game.
rebound.
I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here is
No.
Augustine.
Oh my God.
Spates sets a screen. Augustine against Taylor. Augustine passes to Biombo. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first.
Just can't get any openings there. I tried so many different things.
Bazemore with it, and it's Gordon picking him up, and Bazemore kicks to Taylor. Floats one. That one's not going to go. The Magic go the other way with it. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
Nice.
How about the defensive adjustments
Nice.
in that
Come on,
one?
guys.
Their
It's better.
communication was brilliant all night.
Yeah, I agree. And communication is effort, and effort is communication. Very talkative out there, yelling out screens, giving each other help. Boy, that was a terrific all-around effort.
Collins checked in for Atlanta.
You know, Bismack Biyombo is a defensive-minded center. Amazing the story that got him to the NBA. I mean, grew up in the Congo, and a lot of trials and tribulations along the way, but perseverance prevailed, and Biyombo is now an NBA player.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And Biyombo signing a 4-year, $72 million contract with the Magic last season. You talk, Clark, about rags to riches. Wow.
Yeah, big time. And the best part of this rags to riches story is how he's giving back or paying forward to his homeland. Building schools and basketball courts in the Congo. And he's lifting up countrymen through basketball and education. That's a powerful, powerful combination and really an excellent use of the platform and the resources afforded Biyombo by way of the NBA.
And Spates has it in the corner. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Spates has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Atlanta leading by 9. Taylor kicks to Collins. Hawks passing it around. Bellinelli up top, guarded by Simmons. From 11 feet away, another shot, and it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfectly.
Biyombo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent, high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, with this break, let's check out just how the rebounding has been divided up in this game between the front and back court for the Magic.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that paint and haul in those misses.
Here's Bellinelli. 8 points for him. Ilyasova in the post. And the layup falls. Ilyasova's got 4 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And here's Prince outside. Rebound by the Magic.
I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too. And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
The Hawks leading by 8. Feeds to Bellinelli. Prince outside. Kicks it to Schroeder. Collins, a screen on Payton. Here's Schroeder. And again, it's Atlanta.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Here's Payton after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Count that bucket.
Well, I think the postgame of Payton catches defenders off guard. I mean, he's got a lot of moves down there.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Prince with it. Outguarded by Simmons. Off the screen. Another miss by Prince.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
And they pick up 2. Fournier's got his second bucket.
The penetrating game, the ability to get inside off the dribble, very important for this team. And Fournier is brilliant when it comes to slicing up the defense with his drives.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
And so we conclude the first half. Hawks on top. Up. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow it.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal. After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They have a solid 8-point lead. And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards.
And that is just about...
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. The Magic trail by 8. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. And it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. And Clark, you were around Coach Frank Vogel quite a bit during his run as head coach of the Pacers. When you look back on it, what stands out?
His preparation. He's an eager learner. He's meticulous in his detail. He's even-keeled and extremely positive. I think he's an outstanding young coach, and good to see him having a team that he can have an opportunity to build and shape into a playoff contender at some point.
The Hawks leading by 6. Schroeder with the ball. 12 points for him. Prince misses. Here's Vucevic. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Ripped away. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Augustine against Schroeder. There's the screen. Kicks it to Dedmon. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for the Hawks. The Magic trail by 9. Augustine dishes to Fournier. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Orlando moving the ball around. Vucevic, a screen on Schroeder. Here's Augustine. Misses from close range. The Hawks leading by 9. Schroeder kicks to Collins. Prince outside. He dishes it to Dedmon. Clock at 6. Lays it up off the glass.
Timeout.
Dedmon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks. They've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And going into last season, Kent Bazemore commanding a salary in excess of $17 million. Greg, how did an undrafted player coming off his first starting season in the league get that kind of salary?
Timing is everything. Reflection of the market. When you remember, you had that huge spike in the cap. It's also a bet on his upside and work ethic. And with Bazemore, you see that the dedication to improve is there, and that's what made the Hawks comfortable with the contract.
They get it back. Spates the pass to Augustine. The feed to Fournier. Dishes it to Augustine. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And at last, they get one to fall. Augustine's got 6. The Hawks leading by 7. Dedmon in the corner. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And Augustine kicks to Biyombo. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Augustine's got 3 assists now in this one.
And Biyombo is highly effective down low. Knows where to post up in the paint.
Over to the wing. Here's Babbitt, defended by Gordon. Babbitt, good.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Gordon goes in, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon is a guy who is going to take advantage of these drives to the basket. Just feast on them. He's got a killer mindset.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. And we get a moment to check out the team scoring leaders. 5th on the list, the Magic.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Fournier, and it's Payton in for Augustine. Bazemore misses. The Magic trail by 7. Pass to Gordon. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. He's got 9.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Taylor kicks to Ilyasova. And there's the pass to Babbitt. The dish to Taylor. Now Bazemore. Ilyasova is screen on Simmons. Step back shot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Bazemore's got his second basket. Payton kicks to Simmons. And And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Hawks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Isaac comes in for Gordon. Atlanta also making some changes here. Collins checked in for Muscala. Bellinelli comes in for Luke Babbitt. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Taylor.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Scooped up. Simmons dishes to Spates. Simmons passes to Payton. Back to Simmons. He kicks to Payton. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. The Magic again can't hit.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Schroeder against Payton. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hawks lead by 11. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
Shrink the floor. When you're on the ball or closing out, close out faster. Okay, take
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Hawks leading by 11. One of the hardest things, Clark, to defend in the league is the pick and roll. What do defenders need to key on when they're defending a pick and roll?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is you want to try to dictate where the pick and roll is going to happen and where you want the ball handler to go. And then there's got to be great communication. The two guys involved in the screen and roll have to be on the same page. There's got to be a lot of talk. And then the three guys maybe not involved have to be ready to help their teammates. So communication, a real sense of trying to dictate to that ball handler where you want him to go and what you want to give up, because you can't take away everything when you're defending a good pick and roll combination.
A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Schroeder and Bellinelli team up in the backcourt. Ilyasova out there with Prince, and it's Collins in at the center position.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Payton against Schroeder. There's a good screen. Collins, a screen on Simmons. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Collins. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
And you love the effort. Just getting a hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Fournier comes in for Maurice Spates. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Payton. Shot from the inbound. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
The Magic trail by 17. Augustine with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. They set the screen. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. 8 points for Vucevic.
Tremendous confidence on display from Vucevic. I mean, he's so good at shot preparation, readying himself before the pass arrives.
Here's Dedmon. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Prince with the ball. No good on that one. And he sinks the second. And the Magic benefiting from multiple first-round picks this summer. They needed the help.
Yeah, they did. And they need a big hit in the draft. I mean, they've lacked star talent, and we know this is a talent-driven league. Either you develop stars or you pull them into your fold. They've got to find some difference makers. There's no doubt about that.
Full 24-second shot clock. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Back to Fournier. Drills the three-pointer.
Quite honestly, Fournier just has a good basketball IQ, a high basketball IQ, knowing even before he gets the pass that he's got time and space to shoot.
Collins, a screen on Augustine. Schroeder dishes to Collins. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
Augustine passes to Vucevic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Schroeder, and he goes in for the dunk.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Magic. Schroeder kicks to Bellinelli. Schroeder outside from deep three-point range. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Fournier dishes to Gordon. He feeds it to Augustine. Picked by Vucevic. Pass to Isaac. Launches a three. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 6th rebound on the night. Schroeder passes to Collins. Collins, a screen on Fournier. Collins kicks it over to Schroeder. Oh, that's blocked. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Augustine, and it's denied. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Collins kicks to Bellinelli. Passes to Schroeder, feeds it to Collins. They set the pick. He dishes it to Bellinelli. Good on the triple.
And Bellinelli moves well in these situations, staying active at all times and being rewarded there with his effort.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And Clark, if you're a player on a cold streak, either in a game or over a couple games, does that tend to stay with you and get in your head?
You know, it's been so long since I played, Kevin. I would like to think that it didn't with me because the games came so fast. You're playing 3, 4, 5 times a week. You don't have time to loiter on a good game or bad game because the next one is on top of you. So I typically was able to get on to the next play within a game and to the next game after the prior game.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Spates comes in for Isaac. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Payton in for Augustine. Taylor's shot, good.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hawks.
This was a... Whoa!
Hey, watch out now. Watch out. Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
Here's Babbitt, and it's sent back by Spates. And up the court come the Magic on the break. And the basket by Gordon.
They're getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Taylor against Payton. Here's the screen. Shot by Taylor, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Bembry kicks to Babbitt. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 6 to shoot. Off the screen. Muscala controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Timeout. Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
There's Gordon with the 3. Can't connect. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.